So you're looking to start Black Desert. Maybe you're new. Maybe you can't remember why you have that restraining order on that crazy ex-girlfriend. Well, whatever the case, let's go down some of the updates that have come out for Black Desert, starting out with the worst ones. Black Desert is still plagued with pay-to-win, needing to pay $40 USD for all of 3 buffs that you have to have just to sit comfortably and play with the other players. Not to mention, all of the life-skilling costumes do require you to spend real money with them not being given out in the central market. A lot of players will tell you they quit because they had to put in so much money just to do something in the game comfortably, like with the rest of the other player base that swipe their cards, and to that, I say they're right. A lot of issues have not been addressed still by Pearl Abyss, like all of the dead content, the node war system that everyone's been complaining about, the fact that endgame grinding consists of running around in a circle to smack one mob repeatedly until you find one object that you need, which could result in several hours, or just resorting to swiping your card to buy costumes and sell just to make money. A lot of new players will ask, how much time does it take, or how much effort will it take to hit endgame to be competitive? To that I ask, how much money do you make at your job? Which means a brand new player that has only been in the game for maybe an hour can go ahead and catch up to the end game. We used to have old complaints with Cacao about how pay to win it used to be, but don't worry, back when Pearl Abyss took over self-publishing rights back from Cacao, they quickly stepped in and made sure we'd have to spend more money on their game. We're given free combat pets for those who like to mob grind, and occasionally some life-skilling pets. If you want your llama, your hedgehog, or any of the others like the Boston Jack or the Jojo for example, those still have to be bought using real money. Tents, horse costumes, life-skilling costumes, everything that you need to play comfortably as a life skiller requires real money. Now, a lot of you guys will still be asking, well, just how pay to win is Black Desert? While all the other big name creators will beat around the bush about this, I will just tell you it's very pay to win. Sure, we can go down all the benefits that an active player has, but let's be real, returning players get a lot more bonuses than what you get for being active. What this means is, you can choose to not play the game and come back for your bonuses, or you can swipe your card for $40 and get your costumes and make money that way. I tell you, a lot of players don't want to spend that money, but a lot do, especially when you don't have to spend hundreds of hours doing your mob grind when you can just swipe your card and buy all of your end game gear. And furthermore, the way I see it, those players that are going ahead and selling their costumes on the central market remind me that I should be spending my hard-earned money to go ahead and finance Crimson Desert or Doki V whenever that comes out. A lot of players originally quit the game because of the enhancing system, but now that you can swipe your card, combat accessories and combat gear is no problem. Life skillers on the other hand, yeah, you guys are still screwed. Accessories in Black Desert are especially harder to enhance, but with combat gear and combat accessories able to increase their fail stacks, meaning you have a higher chance of enhancing, mastery clothes and accessories don't have that option, having a fixed rate, no cron stone system yet, and the fact that you will most likely lose any tap that you do. Don't worry, they introduced the new Jay's Hammer that is only usable for combat accessories, combat gear, weapons, but nothing life skill. So if you still don't have that pen, you can only use it on combat gear, making this only usable for the veteran combat players. And just in case you didn't want it, don't worry, it can sell for 30 bill if you can get it to sell. Yeah, as a new player, that's great if you can manage to sell it, with all of the people already starting to sell theirs. And I'm sure you've heard about the ancient anvil system. The new Pve system was added to Black Desert to create a silver sink so that us life skillers will hate our lives a lot more. So for those of you who are failing your enhancement taps too many times, just remember, if you're using crons, add up how many times you failed, and if you're using mastery gear, count the value of all of those fails for that one Pve attempt. Feels good to have it, right? So let's talk about some of the catch-up mechanics added to Black Desert to help out with the newer players coming in. For those who like combat, don't worry, you guys are giving out free items every day, every week, every month. Let's talk about life skilling. This year to play catch-up, we've got a rentable tool and the tri-equivalent Flamoros that can't be enhanced And don't worry, to all those veterans that spent money trying to get their dream horses made or their mythicals, we were giving them for free. For everyone that keeps asking about open world PvP, don't worry. They nerfed it. It hurts more just to flag on someone than it does to kill them. So most people won't try to do any type of PvP with you. Open world PvP in Black Desert is dead. I'm pretty sure all the interviews will go ahead and tell you it's not, right? Besides, the Marty realm is a thing. So now we could talk about all of the PvP updates that have been added, starting with the feedback forum. That alone is a good way to practice your PvP with discussing all of the problems wrong with the current PvP system, node wars, and anything else wrong with the game. Let's talk about the new life skill updates, and a lot of them are major. We have the family shared life skilling. This is a great feature condensing all of your alts life skills into one, meaning if you had any alts that you were using for life skilling and bought any of the costumes, branded any of their clothes, tools, or just put any type of weight or inventory into those tunes, it no longer matters. For the new player, this is great for not having to use any other different character, or just by being able to switch the gear over to an alt to continue where you left off when your energy is ran out of on your main. For all those players that spent money on anything life skilling related, this is a huge win with wasting all of your money. Just in case you're worried about being able to buy any of those materials, they simplified all of the materials used for crafting, so they are easier to buy. Shame for the veteran players who were making money, but it's all for the newer player. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, console and PC are not the same. Console hasn't been updated in probably, 6 months to 3 years? So if you're looking at this, you're probably looking at the PC version. And I'm sure you guys remember Land of the Morning Light when that came out back in 2023. Started out as a great life skilling edition. Now people only use a teleportation to go to the Black Shrine bosses, nothing else. And come on, you can't have an honest, unpaid for review without mentioning the fact that active trading was removed because no one liked it, Perlibus failed at it, and we're waiting for it to come back. But enough about life skilling. Let's go on to mob grinding, because if you thought the old mob grinding areas were boring, don't worry. They just added carbon copies with a new Dekia lantern. I get the two confused. They act like the same thing. But don't worry again, you can just swipe your card and buy all of the endgame zone drops that you need. Even the treasure items that we had were nerfed and changed around so that life skillers would have to become mob grinders just to do it, like the merchant ring for example. And now we can get on to the point that everyone likes about Black Desert. Perlibus not listening to us and trying to pay other people to lie to us about everything. The Scholar should have been a male class even though everyone complained about it, and Perlibus still went ahead and made it a female class. I'd like to make a Thor reference, but I mean it's kind of an insult considering we wanted a dwarf. So let's talk about the anticipated male class that they will have enough time to go ahead and scrap. This new male class has no information on it other than it's smoking a pipe and it's part of a K-pop band. But it's the first male class that we've had in such a long time, right? Now, should you be playing Black Desert in 2024? Absolutely. It's the best pay-to-win game that you can possibly ever get. You will be spending every month just to be able to be competitive, and then you still have to worry about other players that spent more being more competitive than you. It's a perfect game. You should definitely try it out, and don't look at any other game like PAX Day or Throne and Liberty. With all of the jokes out of the way, if you guys want to see more Black Desert related content like guides, live streams, or just me talking about random things on Black Desert, be sure to check out my channel. Keep gathering out there, everyone.